Hello, everyone, and and welcome to the Get Folk podcast.
Get fucked yourself. Are you leaning off screen so that you can eat, or are you trying to hide it from the audience? Really? Just be chomping down. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's oversharing. That's oversharing now, I think. But
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Get Folk podcast, a casual listening podcast anchored in our love of folk music. With enough slack in the line to take you into our worlds of Limerick, Berlin, and beyond. My name is Andrew.
yeah, my name is Edward. God, we're really not on fire today with the pronunciations. My name is Edvard. And welcome indeed to this week's episode of the Get Folk podcast. As always, on every episode, you can find us on Substack, which is the spiritual and digital home of the podcast. And if you want to help the podcast, you can subscribe to us there. Or you can also find the podcast on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. That's where we broadcast.
Spudcast. That's a nice one. I like that. Spudcast.
Come here, the corn cakes. Is that what you're eating, or is it rice cakes?
Yeah, rice, I believe.
Either way, like the driest. I mean, very hard to force those down and then get a sentence out. You're setting yourself up for a fail there. There was a thing where there was a challenge. I think was it four cream crackers in a minute?
Yeah, I remember that.
It seems to be impossible. It was a thing for a while though.
Yeah.
I never saw anyone actually do it. Succeed in doing.
Pretty sure I attempted it at one point, but yeah, it does soak up all the moisture in the mouth.
Yeah, and then you're but I think corn cake's kind of the same thing.
Same thing, and and these are yogurt drenched,
covered.
Not drenched, a thin
Drizzled.
film. Yes, very drizzled, very. There's like, if you're looking at percentages here, if you're looking like at a cross section of a cracker, you can't even make it out. You can't even. Well, it's yogurt. Anyway,
yeah, but I think you don't want to be. That's what you want, because I mean, if you're down to, let's say, eating that as a snack, you don't want it to achieve full status of a full treat. In your
that's
mind.
true.
So you don't want it to be full on yogurt on the top. You want it to be stingy. You want there to be a bit of suffering to separate it in status from your actual treat. Because it'd be terrible if you were suffering through that shite, which it is shite compared to like a nice biscuit, and then you were still putting on the same calories. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why we're calorie counting here. The Get Folk podcast is getting fit. We're getting
Absolutely.
fit.
What? How many calories in that now?
I don't know.
Counted, yeah. Or should you count cost later?
I have just to finish up on the practice. I have
Counted
to.
That's very into the day. 5,000. Shit. Should have been counting as the day went on. Damn it.
But I have noticed, just to wrap it up on the corn cakes / what did you call the other ones? The corn cakes or the rice crackers. I have noticed that the ones that I've seen you get are a lot more evenly balanced in terms of shitty corn cake meets chocolate or yogurt. This is, I would say, definitely a 90-10. A 90 to 10% split.
Okay. Right.
So, So I'm getting a lot of the shit.
It seems like you might have gone too far the other way. You may have got too far the other way, maybe.
And what's worse is when you sit down and you have 6 of them and you're just full of corn cake. Then it's like, oh God, this is sad.
Full of sadness.
Yeah. Would have one biscuit have done it, but then you can't have one biscuit. So like, I don't know.
There's no such thing. No such thing as one biscuit. No biscuit worth its salt anyway, that's for sure.
No. How are you?
Well, let me just finish this point in the biscuit. If you were sitting down and you have one biscuit, they're not nice biscuits. Simple as that.
Excellent. I'm gonna just, before we, because let's get the chats in, because we haven't seen each other and we're not beside each other. But I do have some folk music to talk about in a little
Good.
while. But how are you? How's it been without me? How is it there without me? Nice
DTs.
DTs, I know, yeah.
No, I'm also back to work, so that's also so that could be swaying the needle a little bit as well. But it's been awful, Andy. It's been awful. It's been terrible.
Been awful?
No, it's been completely fine.
Did you hit the ground running, or did you slowly rev? Did you? I don't know what the opposite. What would a car do? Is it a slow burner? Or no, that's not. Black Swan. Is it a black swan? Or is it more of a? I don't know.
Everything was
Turtle in the
fine.
hair. Turtle in the hair. Are you the turtle or the hair?
Well, but to be honest, I kind of have a problem with both of those because the hair, like, just didn't fulfill his potential. But I would still prefer to be the hair.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. I feel like the turtle, he'll get away with that once, but then you're always the turtle. You're always slow as fuck. So I'd rather be the hare and just be caught out once. And then
It's like-
next day I'm a hare again. I'm like, oh, do you know what? I've learned from yesterday. There's no one gonna, nobody gonna do that to me again. Let
It's
me tell you that
equivalent
much.
of like everyone rooting for like that really shit competitor in like whatever music competition you're entering, and just want them to win it just for the little guy. They're kind of entertaining, but you're not going to buy their CD, and you're not going to buy.
No,
you're just
support
rooting for them in this moment.
Yeah, your support dissolves on contact with air.
But you're back.
I think what would be another good one for that? That's it. I think you hit the nail on the head.
I didn't really say anything about your situation. That was more.
No, I was going to say about like there's a guy in the UK now. Have you heard of this guy, Count Buckethead?
Count Binface, I think.
There was a guy years ago, Buckethead was his name, Count Buckethead. I think it's probably the same guy. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's rebranded as Count Binface. And,
yes, another one of those. We want him to win just for the crack. But
exactly.
Do we want him running government?
Well, he might win because I think it might be just him and Farage.
Yeah.
So. No,
but then again, we had Ming the Merciless, and people kind of mocked that, and it turned out he kind of was into his job as well. Like, but branded himself.
Well, he wasn't a joke. Like, this guy is this guy like labels himself as a piss take. But every time he's asked a difficult question, he gives a really intelligent answer that everyone likes. So he's kind of painting himself into a corner where he wins. So he just needs to be a bit careful. He needs to amp up the silliness a little bit more.
Is he still there? Is he still doing government stuff? Ming,
he was an MEP for a while. He was in Europe.
Okay.
I think he still is. Yeah.
Hope for us all. There's hope for us all. Huh?
Well, he's rebranded as well. Luke Ming Flanagan is his actual name. That's what he goes by now.
So no more. He is merciful now.
He doesn't comment on these levels of mercy. So you could take it for granted he's still merciless.
Or he has taken out the merciless, so he's very like full on mercy now.
Yeah. I more remember him from that TV show Don't Feed the Gondolas, I think it was called, on RT. That's where I kind of remember him from most. Or they had him on, and yeah, so but my week's been fine. How has your week been, Andy?
My week's nice? Great as well. Back in the big B. And no work as yet, so it's been still pretty chill and nice. It's weather is still cracking, and it's just kind of getting back into. We're going to go camping this week as well, so looking forward to that. I did big up the camping now. I'm going to have to reverse. So off camera and off microphone, I was talking about a big 6-hour cycle. Which I will be honest that when I looked it up, it's actually a 3.5-hour cycle to get to where I needed to go, which is now
a lot.
It's still a lot, which is now turned into a car, because so yeah.
We expelled a lot of air about this about the cycling part of this,
but it was good. It was good to talk. It was good to meet it out, because it was important. It turned out for me, because I'm what some might call an optimist in most things. Not in certain things, I'm not, but in a lot of things, I'm overly optimistic when it comes to things will be fine. And I forget that it's not just me. It's like I'm got a family to kind of not drag around, I would say, but like you have a young family too, and you forget that, like, you just can't apply the same kind of let's say things that you'd put up with that they might put up with, and I'm not saying my gang would not have put up with it, but I feel like I was going to throw them. It was going to be the classic: teach them how to swim, throw them into it, just throw them into the deep end and watch them swim.
But Daddy, this pool is empty. I think that's also another curveball.
It's also
sometimes.
3.5 hours away, Daddy. how do we get to the pools? Learn to swim. So I ended up going, no, I gotta wheel this back now, and I gotta make
Okay.
it a very nice experience. I'll start with camping and just focus
Nice.
on making
Yeah.
that nice, and everything
Yeah.
else about it don't want to make the journey. And then when we can see, okay, I described it as luxury camping yesterday, and I was corrected on that. We are not luxury camping? Okay, and again, me being optimistic, I labeled it as luxury camping because now we're taking a car there. But like everything else,
Deluxe camping.
but we're still going to have to cook out, and we're still going to have to deal with mosquitoes and whatever. So it's not
Luxury mosquitoes.
luxury. So I have I've tailored it back a little bit just to focus on the camping, and then from that point we will focus on I'll
misery.
talk about it. Right, what if we wanted to go for 2 days somewhere on a bike? What
Mm.
would we need from this trip here? What can we do without?
Everything plus bikes.
Just to fill everyone in, because I have bought a little bike trailer, which I'm very proud of. And I brought we went to a lake yesterday, in a secret lake in Berlin, and brought the little trailer, and very, very, very happy with the trailer. Very
Good.
happy. Oh,
That was
it's just-
a missing part in your life, I think.
It was since the last
something like
since
that, since
the
it's
last one was
stolen.
stolen. It's definitely, but I haven't actually put it out for. It hasn't gone on the road yet, so that'll be the next step. But so we just kind of pulled it along when we got to the lake, which I'm not joking, because the first thing when I say secret lake, because when we parked the car, we did get a tip off, or no, my son went to a lake about 3 or 4 weeks ago, just before we flew to Ireland, and he was just talking about it very highly. He said it's really good, and he kept calling it a secret lake. So we
Okay.
asked the family that brought him there, could we have the coordinates? And they did send us the coordinates, and we went there. And as we parked the car, an old couple, I would say an old German couple, pulled up, and you can see they're looking at my car. It's clearly a rental, so there was immediate eyes and kind of could be like the blowing eyes, or it could be the who told them about the secret lake.
Or it could be the come to
And-
bed eyes. This lake is very secret. What happens at the lake stays secret at the lake.
And but then he just, so his wife packed up all her stuff, and she went on, and he was just putting together whatever stuff he had, and then he just kind of turned and he said, Geheimnis tip, which means secret tip. That's all he
Okay.
said, and I was like, mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I just continued to mumble.
Nice.
No, but then we got into a chat with him about it, and he was he asked us how we found out about the lake.
none of your
and,
fucking business, old
yeah,
man. Fucking
oh,
jog on, will you?
Are you kidding me? Ed? It was it's I don't know. I don't want to say you find it quite often that people want to know your business. I know. I think I told you before, when we went camping in a different campsite called Relax Camping. We rented one of those I guess this would be kind of somewhat glamour camping, but it was a VW van that was parked fully there, always there, never moves, just left up there, and you could rent one of those to sleep in. And some person, sorry, I keep putting the old nationality on, I don't wanna say, some person just literally stuck their head in and I just wanted to see what it's like in here. That's all they did. Into our home, just wanted to see what. And it happens more often than you'd like. Just shopping. Shopping is another thing. You can be pushing.
Yeah?
Just sorry, last rant. You can be.
Go on.
It's happened that shopping away, and just someone's in front of you, and all they do is just turn around and start staring at the stuff you're buying, and you might it has been said to them, "Is everything okay?" And they're like, "Yeah," in German. "I am just interested in what our people are buying." Just what? Fuck off. Just nothing but dildos. Just nothing but a fucking a trolley full of dildos. Oh man,
That'd be an
yes.
interesting shop. That'd be an interesting shop that sells enough dildos to
Your
fill a
local
trolley.
Tesco.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't find the dildos. There's none left.
I'm just interested in what other people are buying. And now I'm even more interested. I feel like I've missed out. Is there a dildo sale going on? Special
but
offer?
Secret Lake, very nice. He was German. He was going there for 30 years. He said, "I've been going here for the last 30
Ah.
years." So I did meet a guy because you can swim across the lake. Like it really is beautiful. Should you come here, I will not. I will blindfold you.
Mm.
I will gag your mouth.
Knock me out.
I will knock you out as well. On top of those things, I blindfold, gag you, and then knock you out.
I don't want to see it coming.
And then I'll bring you there. But you can
And
swim
then
across.
the trolley full of dildos comes into play.
Oh no, it's a trailer full. I've got a trailer.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
The trolley is just to bring all of them, and then I go back with the trolley, bring it back, and then I load up the trailer. But
Good
yeah, you
system.
can swim across the tiny lake. Like you could swim to each end of it. Like it's that small, beautiful water. But there's a little rope swing on the other side that you can swim over to. And my two lads are actually good enough swimmers now that they can make it with just having a flotilla with us and flotilla. And so you swim across, and there was a guy swinging off a rope hanging from a big tree that you can swing off and jump into the lake from. So really good crack. And that guy said to me, he also a guy that I met over there who was really nice, spoke really good English, and was telling me that he moved there 7 years ago. He lives in a camper van and is living the kind of off the grid life. He also said, "How did you hear about the lake?" So it seems to be quite a thing for all the people that are there.
Okay, so it's a known secret lake. So
Yeah, it's yeah. I guess it's yeah. I won't be. I haven't seen it. I went online to see if I could see it and posted about it, and I couldn't. But then again, with Google
That's
Maps,
good.
you can just find any lake. And then just like
I know, but not all
attempt to
lakes
go
are,
there.
like, could be lakes that have like reeds grown in and not
That's
good
true,
access
that's true,
and this
yeah,
and that and
yeah.
the other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I
It's
do
definitely
think yeah.
yeah, it's definitely yeah. It's a nice what do they call that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? The beach, kind of that feeling.
That ended badly.
With Moby. Anyway, but I did go off the rope swing as well. So last thing about the lake, do I ever learn?
Don't tell me,
it?
please don't tell me
you
you broke the rope string. Please don't tell me you broke the rope swing.
I did. I asked the guy. Can this take me? But I was really adamant.
Oh,
Well,
so it's his fault now. Oh, so it's all on him now. It'll be his fault.
No, and
Yes.
it did take me. It wasn't just any old rope. It was one of those hiking or mountaineering ropes.
I'll send the other rope.
Could take a bear. This thing was built for it. But you could. No, I did have to check though, because I don't trust things like that, especially when you're swinging off a rope. You know, you don't want it to break early on the very first.
No. I mean, like, yeah.
But
That's very true.
I did. So I jumped down it. Lovely, just awesome feeling to swing out into the middle of it and then just let go and just drop into the water. And the two boys were doing it as well. And there was another kid there, and there's only four of us. And my older one then started doing, look, like you can do a kind of a 360 thing, like, you know. So he just steps off it, but and then just as he goes, then he starts spinning in the air, going around and around 360s. So I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Like, you know, I think I could attempt that. But like, he only told me after the fact. Well, in fairness, he didn't have to tell me anything. I'm the adult and I should be the one advising the child. But
No, it's his fault. It's his fault. His fault.
I did exactly what a kid did. I saw my son doing something and went, I'm
Yeah.
going to do that as well.
Yeah.
So, but not to be outdone. When I'm going to go and do my 360, afterwards he told me that, like, you're just supposed to roll off like you're rolling off a bed, and that's enough force to make it to 360. But no, I don't do things in halves. I fully flung myself off and was spinning like a fucking ice fucking skater doing one of those, and I was spinning so like I had no idea, and I'd lost total perspective. Spatial awareness of where I was, and let go of the rope. Didn't know that I had gone sideways and hit the water with the side of my body and my face, and it's like I got the full it was like you, with every bit of force you could, slapped me across the face as I hit the water. Oh my God, the pain. It was just like, you know, and luckily there's only like, I'm glad there was certain, I'm glad it was just my family. Let's put it that way. And not
that
not
other
my
guy.
friends. I love that other guy, not my friends, because my friends would have seen the funny side of it. But it did feel like it was like, that's, I guess, how you get knocked out in water, by hitting your head that hard. It felt like
Wow.
it rattled me. Like I had a pounding headache afterwards. It just like smashed my face off it.
Jesus Christ.
And then came out, and that's when I got the advice about the imagine you're rolling up. Excellent advice, excellent way of putting it and everything. It was beautifully told. Unfortunately, it was 5 minutes too late. But I'm here. I stand here before you, a slapped face,
No legs.
and no legs.
Can't see. No power below the waist.
Yeah. So
Fucking
so
hell.
Lake Times.
That sounds. Yeah, it sounds like a nice experience, except for the nearly getting knocked out by water.
Absolutely. No. Next time you're over, we would definitely go out there. It's not too far out of the city. So apart from just enjoying the weather now, and I did have one thing written down that I do want to mention to you because I think it's amazing, which is a memory that I had forgotten. It's about a movie. So I don't know how we. Oh, I know. Do I know how we got to it? I think we were listening. So like we've got the album, the score by the Fugees, who by the way are getting back together.
No way.
Wycliffe and Lauren are friends again. Seemingly they had a bad fallout quite a long time ago, but I didn't know that. I knew the Fugees, and the album was floating around our house. I think my older brother had it, and I loved the song "Ready or Not." But other than that, I never really gave it a listen.
Didn't they take Enya's?
Yes, it's a sample from
Enya's.
Exactly. It's written on the. It's a sample from one of Enya's songs. But so I've been listening to that album a bit and really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying kind of listening to albums again, and buying albums and just sitting and listening to them. So we were listening to that, and then kind of we got chatting about Sister Act, and we were kind of like, we should show the boys Sister Act. So we did. You've seen Sister Act, have you?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Now I gave them the run through 1. I didn't want them to. Not that I didn't want them to watch 1. It's just like 2 is better, in my view. I think it is anyway. I couldn't remember 1. And Lauren Hill isn't in 1, so it was defeating purpose. I didn't want to not suffer. I didn't want to. I don't have time. I don't have time to be sitting down watching Sister Act 1 and 2. Ed, I've got beaches and faces and dildos to buy,
and albums to listen to.
Exactly, and albums to listen to. So. What do you call it? So give them the run through of Sister Act 1. Interesting trying to teach my kids about the nuns and just explain the whole situation. Because like I had forgotten that they don't really know anything about that. Whereas like when we grow up and watch that movie, it was like, well, we get all of this straight away. Like, everything makes sense here. She's on the run. She's going to hide in a nunnery. Or a convent, sorry, not a nunnery. What's the difference between a nunnery and a convent?
I think makes sense is a bit too generous to the storyline that they hide a witness in a nunnery.
But we get
it. Yeah, the premise is kind of sound, I would say.
Yeah, but, she's like, I don't want to say trailer trash, but she's like not trailer. She's like Las Vegas showgirl.
Exactly, she's Las Vegas.
And we understand that nuns are very solemn. Is that the right word? And
not
very,
Las Vegas showgirls.
Not Las Vegas showgirls. So we can get the juxtaposition. Is that? Do I dare?
Nice.
Do I dare? Is that correct?
Nice. Well done.
So what do you call it? But we had to explain kind of the nuns and what the nuns were. Hard to explain nuns sometimes as well. It's like, so they're like priests, but they're not allowed to do the same things. It's an interesting premise to explain to a child. Just someone that's committing themselves to God. Anyway,
married to God. I think married is not married to God. It's not what we were told. Is that like they're married to God or something?
Interesting. So now I like you where you said married to God, because and as we have talked about there are some cracking moments in these old movies that you're like, whoa, that was a mad thing to say. But there is one moment where Sister Mary Clarence, Whoopi Goldberg, is walking around the school. She's been employed to work as a teacher to save the school because St. Francis is falling apart, and they need a miracle. They need Sister Mary Clarence to perform a miracle. So she's been kind of hoodwinked into kind of becoming a music teacher in this school. So she's doing a kind of a wander around the school, And she's looking in at the Latin teacher, and he's a real boring guy, and he's like just talks in a monotone voice. She passes by the I can't remember another teacher, but then she passes by. I don't know if you remember this girl that's a little bigger than the others. Great voice as well, but she's there's a really tiny little one that's got a mousy voice, a mousy face, and had a mousy voice, but turns out like she's like, I can see her crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's a real jolly person as well.
Yeah, I think I remember her as well. I think
she's teaching sex education, and so she's in the classroom with sex ed, and all the students are there, and it's written on the board, sex education. And
in case anyone's in any doubt,
the whole class of these badass kids, like from the Bronx or whatever, was considered badass back in the day. I'm going to say Bronx, but I know nothing about the Bronx. I've never been there, and it's probably
no sex in the Bronx. No sex.
Anyway, to cut a long story short. One of the kids got her, sure, sister, blah, blah, blah. What would you know about sex? You wouldn't know anything. You can't tell us anything. And she says to him, hey, you don't have to take a bite of the donut to know it tastes good. You don't have to take a bite of the donut to know it tastes good.
There's a bit to unpack there now.
I was like...
So the donut is the donut is sex,
or
right?
I guess so. Well, or in my view, you gotta take a bite of the donut to know how it tastes. Or I don't know.
No, but
or is the donut okay? So the donut is just sex in general.
I think the donut is sex.
She's not talking about oral sex then. Of course. Why you wouldn't want to take a bite of that either? Yeah,
no, there's no biting going on. No biting going on in that. As far as I know, anyway.
Is it not? What? What?
Stop biting, Andy.
Anyways, I just thought it was hilarious.
So the line was, you don't have to take a bite of the donut to know it tastes good.
Yeah, or you don't have to take a. Now, I because I've just run back from a different errand, I haven't had time to double check that quote, but it's definitely along those lines. It could be you don't have to take a bite of the donut to know you like it, but I'm sure it tastes good. I'm actually I would go 90%.
It's a risque comment for a nun, I would say, at the very least. We can agree on a few things. It's a risque comment. Second of all, looking at a donut, you can actually tell it tastes good. I think she's right there. You could look at a donut and go, that donut tastes good.
That's true.
So,
okay.
So that's a solid. I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But what the fuck is she trying to say to the students with the analogy? That's what I'm trying to work out. Like, what is her point? You know what I mean? So
where do we go from here?
And so you're advocating it? What? What the hell is going on?
It feels like,
so I should eat donut.
It's good it's good they cut the camera at that point and didn't continue the conversation. I guess it was like, we should leave it at that, because it turns out, of course, it turns to all the young teenagers and they're like, oh yeah. Cut scene. Cut, done. Okay, let's not feed that anymore. Lots of those little comments, lot of little sexual innuendo and not so innuendo. Obviously, that's a sex ed thing, so it's not innuendo. But also, it's like when they find out that Sister Mary Clarence isn't a nun and is a Las Vegas headliner, not showgirl.
Holy moly!
One of the head priest, so she gives out, or the head lady, the head nun, we'll call her, said, "I'm very sorry for deceiving you." And he, in a very sultry, just goes, "Oh, you can deceive me anytime."
What the hell is going on? Well, look.
And they both just kind of look. And it's that lady. It's amazing, because it's that amazing actress from Harry Potter. She's the old British lady.
Yes. Wait, she says it to Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh no! She's not the one that talks about the donut.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that says, "Sorry for deceiving you." And the other guy, "You didn't deceive me." And
he says it to not Whoopi Goldberg, but this other lady.
What's her name? The lady she's in so many movies.
Maggie something. I can't remember.
From Harry Potter, and she's dead now. She only died in the last while, actually.
Yeah, is she dead now?
She dead.
I don't know. It's such an old man thing to say in a conversation to establish dominance. Old Irish man thing to say. Dead now.
Anyways, so that was my so
I think it's Maggie something. Yeah. Well, like I'm so confused by all that. they were trying to build up sexual tension between a priest and a
Excuse
nun, basically.
Yeah, but still it stands the test of time. Amazing, amazing, amazing song. And Lauryn Hill is just insane, and it's like her voice is just brilliant. And it made me look at Lauryn Hill. I'm going to buy her album, The Miseducation. Was my next lookout when I'm trying to
Okay.
find music, because she's just she's just so talented, and so everything is so stylish. Like she's just like she's I can see why people, and I was told like that after she had that, that was the only album she ever released, and then she stepped completely away from music while she was having kids. Said like this, now I'm going off the words of others, but so to paraphrase, that she just hated the way the music industry was, and she was like, I don't want anything to do with this, and stepped away.
Okay.
Now I don't know how far away she stepped from it and how much. Now I guess you can have a good life with what she did. In terms of like the Fugees and Sister Act and the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. But yeah, look forward. I hope she does a nice job coming back. I've no doubt she will. She's a touch of class about her.
Okay, very good. Lauryn Hill, super fan. Very good.
So yeah, so my Get Folk recommendation for the week will be that.
Eat donuts.
To eat donuts.
Eat donuts.
And yeah, listen to a bit of Lauryn Hill is the way to go.
Okay, good man.
Yeah.
Was that the folk music, or was
No,
that just that was the
so
music in general? Ah, well done.
That's
Okay, nice.
just, you see, there's so many layers
Nice.
to this episode now.
Yeah.
No, the music. So unfortunately, no clips again. I've changed phone recently, and even though I bought the same model, the microphone just can't handle it. And like I used to be able to go to a lot of these things and just use my phone to record little bits, but it is dog awful everything now that's recorded. So I'm going to have to try a different tactic, and I have a plan in my mind.
Okay.
But I'll leave that for another day. But I went to an open mic a good few months ago. I told you about two artists that are now living down in Cork. And I met them at a party. Do you remember that? One of them had there was a man and a woman, and he had a really deep voice. I was trying.
What did her voice sound like?
Really deep voice.
Deep as well.
No, yeah, and I think you said that you had bought the album on Bandcamp when they do, but like anyway, doesn't matter really. It was these two people that I was speaking to at a party that I went to, and they told me about that they used to do. They had just come from an open mic session in Neukölln on Sonnenallee, and the open mic session is in a bar called Kindelstuben. Are you familiar with it?
No.
So they have an open mic session every Sunday. Usually starts at 8:00. I don't know if it starts at 8:00 now because it's summertime, because there was signs up in the bar yesterday that said it started at 9:00. Anyway, I cannot. It honestly. Say it was. I don't want to sound stupid now, but I'm going to say it anyway. It was kind of inspiring. It was kind of inspiring to go there. It was just between the host, so the guy that's running it. Does his name? It doesn't say his name here, so I'm not sure. It just says Kindelstuben. But you can look them up on Instagram. Hi. Sorry, just got a quick hello there.
Just checking in with you.
Yeah, so I got there just as it was starting. Actually, the host was singing the first song, and like after trying to kind of run a couple of things with the Get Folk thing and under the Get Folk mandal, I was like, I do give a lot of credit to these people and I was doing that once a month. They do this every week, and just to maintain just the level, like we do this every week, but we don't have an audience in front of us doing it. And to maintain the level of kind of just nothing talk that you have to do between acts to the audience, just the pressure that he's under, he does such an amazing job. This guy that's running it. Plus, he has the sound. He clearly has the understanding of sound and sound engineering, or some form of sound engineering, that he's able to adjust each artist to, like, okay, it's too loud there. There's not enough bass. this person is hitting the guitar as a drum kind of beat, so I have to turn down whatever level that has to be. So between that and the ability to kind of talk to a crowd, he is an amazing host. And
Wow.
then the music didn't stop. There was no, so I go to a few other open mics like the Two for Tuesday in Donau 115, and that has intervals. This didn't have any intervals at all. So I stayed there from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And I would say, bar one artist, um, and even that guy was, it was still, you could see he was learning his trade. All of them were just so unique and so different. It started off with the first person that performed was a lady with a Spanish guitar, no singing. She was just really super cute because she was playing this like she was German, but playing Spanish guitar and playing it like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, like flamenco. It almost feels like the has this flamenco feel to it, and she was absolutely brilliant. But she had this wonderful quirk where she'd like be playing all these intricate notes up and down the guitar, but every so often just kind of look up at everyone and smile, and as though like, "Is this okay?" Kind of. It's just like it made me laugh so much. Like, and she was just brilliant.
Mm.
So that was the first, but there was such a kind of a wealth of kind of different artists. There was a Finnish guy who got up, who, honest to God, looks like what was the name of like not Hercules? What was the Conan the Barbarian? He looked like Conan the Barbarian. He had this long hair. He was wearing a sleeveless top, and he just like, I wouldn't say he was a tank, like as in built like with a six pack. So he didn't have Conan on that, but he just
Okay.
had this big burly kind of look to him. And then he was like singing like 70s 80s glam rock style. It was just now like I couldn't really hear the
That
lyrics,
kind of
and
fits. That
it
kind of
oh
fits though.
it did, and it's like again, and a lot of these things, like first thing when I hear a lot of these open mics, and I'm sure that, like there's a lot of open mics you go to, you're like, oh, I have to suffer like this person, but I'm kind of I kind of just figured out you really have to get into the zone that these people are just, some of them are just trying it out, like testing something out, and no matter how kind of much you're not enjoying it, they're still up there. Like, so I do make a huge effort never to kind of, well, I do it not effort. I don't leave in the middle of songs, or I left in the middle of one set because I wanted to get a drink and go to the toilet. So, but so yeah, there was a Finnish guy. There was an amazing lady who was there with her daughter, who was like 6 years old and was still sitting beside, no, six, not 6 years old, she was 9 years old, which was kind of a bit funny. She was sitting there for the whole 2 hours, and for about 30 minutes she was just sitting by herself beside me. So this 9 year old was in this bar at like 9:30, waiting for what must have been her mum to get up to perform. When she did get up, like I was kind of looking at going, this is not right, this is not right. But then she got up and sang. I was like, I'm glad she's here, because she was amazing.
Oh, okay.
A beautiful kind of a Joan Baez style kind of singer.
Mm.
And then and two other artists. Like there was a couple of artists that obviously without music I can't really do them any justice. But there are two artists that I can mention their names because they were there. They were not promoting themselves, but of course they are artists that are in the game. And one of them is on Spotify, and one of them is called Tuesday's Girl, which I
Okay.
recommend looking up. I don't know
Tuesday's
much.
Girl.
Yeah, she was
What type of
actually.
music was it?
She played the piano. I want to say, like it's horrible. Like I don't want to. I want to say an artist so I can kind of describe it, but I don't want to say an artist and then just say she's like this. But she plays piano, and it's very soulful, very kind of powerful ballad with the piano.
Okay.
But it gets very dark in certain parts of it as well. And she got up and she spoke in all German before she started. She was British. She is
All
British,
right. Okay.
but she spoke in German. It was her first night in Berlin. First night, I don't know in Germany, but it was her first night ever in Berlin, and she had come to this kind of open mic. Spoke in her broken German, just introduced herself and her songs. But sang totally in English, and you could see that either she's been learning German for a while, or she's just like, whatever, she's practiced learning saying this. But it was really sweet the way she did that. And then yeah, and she sang these two songs that just blew everyone out of the water, because again, it's like it's an open mic setting. The bar is amazing, it's beautiful, it's got a piano there, it's got a stand-up piano there, and a little stage. It's just really the microphone is singing into the tin can type of microphone. You know those ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. Might call them a web microphone because they also look like kind of a web sprouting out of a thing in the center. I'm sure there's better names for these things.
No, I think
and
that's it. Web mics. I don't know. That might be.
It might be. It might be. And so Tuesday's Girl, like again, and some of it, like I would listen to her. Would I buy her album? Maybe, maybe not. Would I listen to it? But just getting this kind of, and you can tell like that there is certainly a market for the type of singer she is, and certainly a type of listener for what she does. But really, really enjoyable. So that was Tuesday's Girl. And then just before the last act that I saw, he introduced this duo is coming on. Who they were going to they had met in Kindelstuben 3 years ago. It's a girl from New York. Her name is Daphne Gale, and his name is Paul Holland. And they have a duet now called, I think it's called Holland and Daphne or something, or Holland and Gale actually is what it's called.
Okay.
You should definitely look these guys up as well. They are just like they sing. They're both absolutely gifted guitar players, but both absolutely gifted singers as well, and both of them singing in harmony and mind blowing. Honestly, it was they played so because they were kind of coming off some tour that they were doing. Because I don't know whether they were finishing their tour. There was some reason why they said they were going to come back and play this open mic, but they played 5 songs. So you kind of got a mini concert in the middle of all this. And I was just like, I had got because it was so warm, there wasn't a huge amount of people there, even though the song, the list of singers that were performing was quite full. The place never seemed that packed. And they just, like, I struggle to kind of say, to describe what they do by using another artist to do it. So all I can say is that they both are absolutely like there is no kind of like, even though there's nothing wrong with like chord playing and GCD, as we well know, but when some people are able to just like pick out notes and pick out those like melodies that they're just singing off each other and doing harmonies together, and the timing and so intricate what they're doing with their both their guitars and their voices, highly recommended. And she's actually moving now. She's from New York, but so again, I'm kind of, it's funny because you're listening to them all chat to each other, but these are all friends. Like this guy knows these people, and it's also kind of interesting to watch that element of watching the people on stage who know each other talk to the crowd, but they're in on the joke. And how, like, because we do that all the time, like, you know, we get scolded.
We have been told not to do that.
And it's funny because I sitting down as an audience member there. There's just sometimes when I'm watching them entertain, but sometimes they're having a good laugh themselves, and you kind of just drift off and start looking other places because you realize there's only so long you can stare at people laughing and just like not know what's going on with them. But Daphne, no, what did I say? Their names are again
Daphne Gale and was it Daphne Gale and
Holland,
Paul Holland.
Holland and Gale, yeah. So I don't know if they have anything up, and I would imagine they're more Bandcamp people than Spotify. Spotify was mentioned a couple of times as being the devil. So I think they're. But you can also find them up on Instagram as well. What did I see? They're it's at Paul Holland Music and at Daphne Gale. That's Daphne Daphne. So they'll be, I guess, anchored here in Berlin for when she moves here in December. And
God, we're getting a lot of information about Daphne. That's good. She's moving here in December, everybody. No, I get you. No, it's good. Well, it's amazing to be able to go out there and see that. I mean, I've said that a few times already about Berlin, but just to be able to see the quality of acts like that. Is that far away from you, that pub?
No, Sonnenallee. So it's, I would say, 5-minute cycle. And it's on Sonnenallee, which is a very, very busy street.
It's weird. It's strange to be there.
Yeah, do food there as well, even though it's kind of got this. It's not a smoking bar, which again is a plus. and but it has the feeling like it definitely was a smoking bar back in the day. Really big,
Okay.
lovely little stage in the corner, but goes back to the back where I guess they serve the food sometimes. But because it was so hot, most people were sitting outside and having food and drinks outside. It just had, and it's interesting again, as I said, hosting these things because it's you can the two for Tuesday is definitely a shush. People are performing.
Okay.
It's more that, like, you don't talk while the performers are performing, and if you want to talk, go outside. This kind of, yeah, again, had that same, oh, Ed, you're going to have to entertain for 2 minutes because I was told to pick up a package if it arrived and the door buzzed.
Awesome. That's brilliant. I really like having to dial in like that, especially when I'm not really talking about the subject matter. So thanks for that. But I did hear Andy's buzzer go off. He's just after leaving anyway. No discussion. No nothing. But yeah, I think the what do you call them? The open mic nights can be really nice to play at. I think sometimes you kind of run into problems with certainly the ones in Ireland. You run into problems with you might go and then try to get your slot there, and then you don't get to play. And then you might get a slot, and a lot of times they're on a Sunday or whatever. Um, like this one, so you don't, you're kind of working on a Monday or whatever. But I know it's still nice, really nice idea. I was just kind of talking a bit about the Andy's back about the open mics, and like they can be a bit hit and miss if you're performing. I think like they can be a little bit hard to go to sometimes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like in terms of getting
def-
a slot, and then it can be a long night sometimes because you're amped up for your performance, and you can't really maybe appreciate what other people are doing. Sometimes you're not in the best headspace to do that.
100%. Yeah, that was. So I went down yesterday with the. I'm just not playing. I just want to go down and chill and just kind of see this place first. Again, I moved away from my ultimate optimism and just go. I haven't prepared nothing, but you know what? Fortune favors the brave until you die. And so yeah, absolutely. So it's such a different dynamic when you go down there and you're not trying to get your name on a list, and then you're not like, because if you have 7 people before you, you don't enjoy the 7 before you. At least I don't. All I think about is my performance, and it's not a disrespect to anyone else. It's just because you're kind of getting wrapped up in like kind of getting right. Oh, what's this person like? Oh, they were really good. No, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
nerves.
Nerves, yeah. There was one guy who got up, and I actually loved him, even though I don't think his music, it didn't land with a lot of people. And in fact, the exact thing that I said to you, and which I found really annoying, was that there was a table right in front of the stage. They were sitting beside the host, and in the middle of this guy's first song, two of them got up and left to go outside for whatever, a cigarette or something like that. But I just felt for him, because you see that as a performer, you see that straight away, kind of. And now you have to have a
Yeah.
steel about you. You can't get upset about it, and it's only an open mic. But I just didn't like the way to do it, because he was clearly a self-conscious guy. He was when he was doing his introduction for himself, like, so he was sitting down performing. He was wearing I don't have to describe what he's wearing. I feel like I wanted to describe what he's wearing, because I looked at him and was like, man, I wear the exact same clothes as that guy. It's the exact same. It was just a me on stage. Maybe that's why
Can I guess? Can I?
Yeah,
I was gonna say plain t-shirt.
plain t-shirt.
Did he have? He possibly had shorts on. I'd say 3/4 length shorts, maybe. Or did he have baggy pants?
3/4 lengths. Jeez, what do you think I am?
What, I don't know what they're called. It's
Jay-Z.
like the shorts that come
Do
down
I
to
look
your
like
knee.
Jay-Z? Do I? Do I?
What? I thought 3/4 lengths are the ones that come down to your like knees or something like that, or they half length. I don't know.
And I would say 3/4 lengths are down
cargo
to
shorts.
halfway down
Let's
the
call it.
calf.
Let's call it cargo shorts. So
No, I think he was wearing kind of a linen trousers.
linen. Oh, I should have
Yeah.
got that.
And one more piece of apparel that I
A hat.
sometimes, a baseball hat, and plain enough baseball hat. Anyway, so Yeah, so maybe that's what made me warm to him as well. But it was also his nervousness because he was starting off and he was kind of sitting down and whatever he did his tuning, and then he was kind of the guy told him, all right, so this is Billy, let's call him Billy, and then he was talking to the microphone and he was so yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to introduce this. And then the host just being a bit of a laugh, just like, Devil May Care was just like, why don't you start by just telling us the name of the song? And he got a laugh, but not from the guy that, like, it was certainly, it didn't help him relax. It did not.
Yeah. Oh, great! You pointed out another thing I did wrong. Thank you.
and then he started performing, and the first song he performed was kind of a lovish kind of song. It's like it's a generic kind of phrase like it wasn't me. Like, just imagine that it wasn't the song, it wasn't me, but it's like it was something
By Shaggy.
Like by Shaggy. I'm trying to think of another because it was some sort of
that would be class. Somebody up and like imagine if you hadn't heard of the song It Wasn't Me by Shaggy and you went to an open mic and somebody sang that song. It was the first time that song was ever performed. It wasn't me. Oh.
Yeah. I've got stick a pin in that, right? Because I want to come back to
right.
What did I
Sorry.
do? All right. Let's stick a pin in that.
All right.
So so he performed that, and then halfway through these two guys got up and he was singing his line like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And but like, he had a lovely voice. He had a gorgeous voice, but it was definitely, he was catering to maybe like the Juno crowd. If you get what I mean when I say the Juno crowd, like, teenage love angst and stuff like that.
Right.
So I kind of get why the guys got up, but I kind of guess why maybe they didn't like it. But I don't like the way they got up in the middle of his song. I could have just waited to the end of the song. And then he got up and he played the next song as well. It was a kind of similar one as well, but it was just he was so nervous. And then I couldn't stop staring at him, because while he performed, at one stage he just got into a stare place where he just stared at the same spot somewhere down through the crowd. I was off to the left of the stage, and he's just like, his next thing was to avoid kind of feeling nervous or whatever. He just stared at one point at the front of him. It just like,
oh wow!
But like, I don't know. It was really sweet. So as you were saying, like, you can be hit and miss with these things, but I guess if something, the thing about him was, and the thing I loved about him in comparison to maybe the person that went on after him, was he was super authentic. He was there was just like, he got up and he finished, and he just, I really wanted to say it to him afterwards, like, I was a really good performance, but he literally got his guitar and ran out the door and left. It was just like, boom, gone. And I kind of regretted not maybe just going after him, like, just to compliment on, like, I really think he was, I really thought he was good. Anyway, but yeah, hit and miss with those. There's another guy got up as well that's doing, there's this guy that does an open mic in Reading called Kilkelly. I don't know if I went to it one night with a friend of ours.
Yeah, you told me this. You spoke about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the bar up in Reading, but it was a really nice open mic as well. More of a coffee shop kind of feel to the place. It was bar coffee shop kind of feel to the place. And but a guy that got up, I imagine I'm going to just kind of generalize a little bit, but Indian descent. Okay. And he has a harmonica and a guitar, and he performed as well. Really nice performance as well. But he's actually
it's a really bad place for you to
Kilkelly,
go.
Paul Kilkelly,
connection to break down, I think.
Because this guy who's been running this open mic down in Reading, or up in Reading, I'm not sure.
After a generalization about somebody's ethnicity, for the connection to go down,
he's taken over this Paul Kilkelly because he's moved back. Oh no,
reconnected. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully that's all right.
Maybe he'll come back.
We had this happen before.
Or maybe I'm the one that's dropped out. I don't know.
Yeah, so Paul Kilkelly has left his open mic, and
in terms of
guy who I don't know his
music,
name, Needy.
That's really nice. It's really nice.
So I might pop up to the album mic,
talking about
him
going
a little bit as well
to
but definitely
these bars and going to. Well, was I gone or were you gone?
Oh, sugar, you're back now. I saw the thing say it dropped out, and then I still saw you on screen. So I was still talking as though you were there. So hopefully it all works out fine.
Yeah. It was funny because you dropped out. The connection went instantly after you made the generalization about your man's ethnicity. I was like, that is a terrible place to cut a guy off. You can't qualify the comment that you just made.
The internet is just yeah. Anyways, it's done it to me. So overall, Kindelstuben, great bar, really
Okay,
beautiful bar.
nice.
And another good find in Berlin, but it's been around a while. It just kind of took me a while to kind of get down there. I knew about it, but really, really nice. And then there's another gig coming up. Actually, I don't have enough of the details with you. It's not happening till September that I'll talk about it. But other than that, no, it's
Yeah.
back to the grindstone myself now, and get on the guitar as well.
Good
Uh,
stuff.
yeah, looking forward
Go
to
for it,
kind
man.
of it. Really, as I said, it really was. It was an inspiring night just a really nice atmosphere and really good mix of musicians and talent and styles
Yeah.
and bo as well actually
Bo.
a very strong first whack I got was just like a really wallop of a smell of bo as I walked in the door. I was like, this is the price you pay for no smoking bars. This is the price you pay, you know.
Make your choice, guys.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
your
it's
choice.
it is very warm. We are, as you know, Europe is burning, literally and metaphorically. Not metaphorically.
Mm.
No, it's not metaphorically. It's fine, actually. I hope it's fine.
Uh,
It's more literal.
more dildos. More dildos. More dildos. I'm only comfortable making dildo analogies. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to actual weather analogies. Very good, Andy. Nice. I don't really have anything coming up. Like I said, I'm kind of back into I'm working all nights now at the moment, so I'm not really kind of out and about. But just on last week, just apologies to the listeners over the microphone kerfuffle. Forgot to hit that.
If
Everything is
we
okay.
could be talking over each other now.
You know, we gone again. Ah, yeah, probably gone again. Okay, all right. Anyway, look, that's probably the end of the episode anyway. And yeah, thanks very much for listening. If it's me you're listening to, if it's Andy you're listening to, he'll be telling us some other stuff, but probably all the same stuff. Hope you all have a very nice week. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.